I'm Doug.
And I'm David.
And it's Friday, July 31st.
You're watching The Head Report. Welcome to The Head Report. Tonight we're taking on Bruce Lee. Little kung fu fighting. Scotty Karate.
The Head Report will evaluate based on a hybrid score sheet that is compatible with the Beer Advocate and Rate Beer, and we'll be using the style guidelines from the Beer Judge Certification Program where applicable. So, let's get pouring. All right, well, we got our Scotty Karate from the Dark Horse Brewing Company in Marshall, Michigan, and let's go ahead and get the rating on.
We got a high gravity Scotch ale at a 9.75. Gotta say, unlike Midas Touch, they hide the alcohol. Very, very happy there.
Yeah. For the appearance, one of the things that I do like about this beer is that they're not afraid to just kind of let the beer be what it is.
Yep.
It's got a nice deep amber color to it. You're gonna get some floaties with this one. It's not filtered, but that's all kind of part of the character of Dark Horse beer. So for the appearance, personally, I give it a 4, and it's a good appearing beer. Nice deep amber color. And the floaties, I don't mind them so much. What do you say there, Dave?
I'm actually at a 4.5 on the appearance. The only thing I would like to see a little bit more is the lacing, but it's kind of hard to grab in a high gravity beer since it kind of thins out the head, which this did pour actually a decent head, but it didn't stick around long, which is okay.
Yeah.
For this type of beer, yep.
I agree. I like to see a little bit of lacing and a little head in the beer myself. So. For the aroma, I'm gonna go with a 3.5 pints on the aroma personally myself. I wish that for the Scotch ale, you want to have that kind of biscuity, very omnipresent, malty kind of aroma to your beer, and it's a little bit lighter than what I would have liked to have had on a Scotch ale. Again, it is a high gravity, so.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the 3.5 pints on the aroma. What do you say there, David?
I actually am still up kind of high. I'm at a 4 pints on the aroma. Like we did with the last episode on the Midas Touch, I didn't care for the smell of alcohol. Mm-hmm. And this is actually a higher gravity than the Midas Touch, and it's totally hidden, which is fantastic. I absolutely like beers that are like that. But I will be honest, I'm truly not a big fan of Scotch ale. This is a good Scotch ale, though. Absolutely.
Excellent.
4 pints on my aroma.
All right, we got it. We got another converted to the Scotch, good Scotch ale, that is. So.
Well, you'll be a hophead by the end of this.
Probably, maybe. Just give me an Excedrin beforehand. So what do you say there for taste?
For taste, I'm at a 4 again. This is actually does for what Scotch ales are supposed to be. This hits the malty side, the caramel side. It's supposed to be a smoky type of beer, but I don't get that. But I sometimes think that too smoky is kind of burnt. So I'm glad that it is malty. It's got the caramel, and then it actually has a nice note of citrus at the end, which is I appreciate.
Excellent. I on the taste myself, I went a little bit low. Actually, I did a 3.5 on the taste, which is a little bit surprising because I tend to be more of the malty kind of beer fan. I do consider myself a big fan of the Scotch ale style, and I would have liked to have had a little bit more of that kind of toasty,
Sure.
biscuity flavor. It is a wonderful flavor for a Scotch ale. It is definitely going to be closer to a wee heavy because of the high alcohol content on it. You definitely get those caramel. There is a biscuity. You do get some of that caramel kind of flavor. I myself, on my palate, I didn't quite detect the citrusy, but I did detect somewhat of a sharper finish than on a Scotch ale and a higher gravity Scotch ale. So maybe if I had a little bit more of a trained palate, maybe that's what I would discern would be the citrus.
Obviously,
So,
he's the Scotch ale fan.
yeah, right, exactly.
Moving on, mouthfeel.
Mouthfeel, I gave the mouthfeel a 4. It's got a good solid mouthfeel. It does weigh a little heavier on the tongue and on the palate than a lot of other beers, but I tend to enjoy that in my beer. I personally like to have my beer let me know that it's present and that it's there. So I definitely gave it a 4.
I agree. I'm a 4 on the mouthfeel as well. I'm a big fan of beers that are heavy like syrup but don't taste like syrup. You know, when they can deliver that, like Doug says, the beer's there. When they can deliver that, fantastic. So I give it a 4 on the mouthfeel.
And it's got a nice kind of cleaner finish for a 9.7. And being such low in IBUs and being a Scotch ale slash really leaning towards that wee heavy, to not have that kind of syrupy finish on the beer, I think they did an excellent job with that.
Yeah, especially with the lack of hops.
Yes,
You know, there's no aroma of hops. It's there, but it's not there. You know, it's
balancing.
correct.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
excellent. Verdict. I gave this beer a solid 4 pints. It's a great beer. I would say that this is very typical of the style guideline for the Scotch ale variety of beers, and it's a solid 4 in my opinion.
Solid 4 for me too. I would definitely buy a 4-pack of this.
Excellent.
Not being a Scotch fan, truly, I would still buy a 4-pack of this. Absolutely.
That is excellent, and you know what, for
convert.
Dark Horse, that speaks volumes.
You
So
got to convert.
excellent. Well, hey, from the head report, cheers. Keep pouring.